Tonight, temperatures on the rise. Could we soon see some record highs? Then recognizing a need and taking action.
Lead a better place from the time that you here and pass on to the next generation.
The helping hand delivered to a deserving veteran.
This is KVUE News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Terry Gruca in for Mike tonight.
And I'm Quita Culpepper. We begin tonight with an update on the breaking news we first brought you at 5. Parts of Mopac and 183 interchange in North Austin remain closed after a motorcyclist fell from a flyover, falling 100 feet. Paramedics say the motorcyclist was a woman, estimated to be in her 20s. She did not survive. And as you can see, traffic pretty backed up tonight, so avoid that area if possible. And take a look at this. We want to show you your current temperatures outside right now. It's still pretty warm out, Terry. Wow, and it's going to get even warmer into the 90s.
Yeah, which raises the question, could we see a record high? What better man to ask than Chief Meteorologist Albert Ramon? You know, we're getting close to May. I guess this is what we should expect, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, hotter afternoons, muggier days. That's absolutely right. We came close to record heat earlier today, especially at the airport. Take a look, 91 at Bergstrom, the record 93 set back in 2011. Still 5 degrees away from the record at Camp Mabry, but the update has us at 90 degrees for the high temperature, not just here in Austin, but down south in San Marcos. Llano hit 91, the hot spot in the state, Laredo at 100 earlier today. Windy and just as hot, if not a little bit hotter for tomorrow. The good news is a weak front will cool us down just a bit late tomorrow in through the day on Thursday. Had some storm chances as we head towards Saturday with yet again another front. We'll talk about that and your full forecast coming up.
Thanks, Albert. To a developing story now. Austin school officials have just called a meeting with parents of Boone Elementary in South Austin.
The topic of conversation will revolve around the handling of an alleged sexual assault of a 4-year-old girl. Tony Plohetsky is in the newsroom now with more. Tony?
Well, Terry and Quita, parents have been on edge since we first broke this story on Friday. Now they're going to get a chance to ask school officials directly about this case. That meeting is set for Thursday night from 6 to 7 at the Boone Elementary cafeteria. A message that went out to parents late today said district officials and school staff will be there to answer questions. Child care will be provided, as will translators, but no media will be allowed inside. Now, this is all to discuss allegations that a 4-year-old girl was sexually assaulted on campus. The case was first reported in February, but school police closed the investigation after the girl did not make an outcry during a police interview. But medical records from Dell Children's Hospital showed she had signs of a traumatic assault. And as we first reported, school police closed the case without pulling those medical reports. The case has now been reopened, but no word yet on when it may be finished. Terry and Quita will send it back over to you.
We know you'll keep us updated, Tony. Appreciate that update. New information today, a 21-year-old Bastrop man has been charged with intoxication manslaughter after he slammed into another car on State Highway 21, killing one. According to DPS, 29-year-old Taylor Tate was driving along 21 Saturday evening when he rear-ended a car with 2 passengers inside. DPS says the 64-year-old Alicia Kegler was killed. 68-year-old William Kegler suffered serious injuries. Both of the Keglers are from Austin. Tate has a lengthy criminal record, most related to traffic offenses.
A bizarre SWAT standoff in East Austin ended with one man in custody this morning. It began with a fire at around 9 last night on Willow Street near Cesar Chavez. Officials believe the man they have in custody started the fire, then pointed a gun at a firefighter after they asked him to leave. The man then barricaded himself in a room, eventually surrendering around midnight. 2 other people inside the home were not hurt. AFD investigators plan to charge that man with arson. And that charge carries a potential 5 to 99 years prison term and a $10,000 fine.
A lot of questions out of Burnett County after a reserve sheriff's deputy hit a man along a stretch of county road. This is what we know. It happened around 2:30 Saturday morning. Deputy John Groom was traveling along RM 963 when he hit 37-year-old Donnie Justin Hayes, who officials say was laying in the road. Authorities have not determined if Hayes was already dead when he was hit or if the impact killed him or even why he was in the road. We also do not know if the deputy was responding to a call at the time. We've reached out to the Burnett Sheriff's Office today. They are not telling us anything more. Another big drug arrest for the Fayette County Narcotics Canine Unit. Sergeant Randy Thuman and canine partner Lobos stopped a truck pulling a utility trailer. And after talking to the men inside, Sergeant Thuman observed some unusual nervous behavior. So they did a search. And Lobos found marijuana, cocaine, 4 pistols, moonshine, and other dangerous drugs. Robert Brown, Alexander Whalen, and Thomas Burris were all arrested on possession charges, unlawful carrying of a weapon, and illicit beverage.
People were back to work today in a Dallas office tower 24 hours after they escaped gunfire. Today, we've learned the names of the 2 people killed inside that Dallas office tower yesterday. Police say 60-year-old Matthew Kempf was the shooter, and they say he killed his boss, 48-year-old Lana Macri, then killed himself. We've learned Macri was a mother of 7 who recently got married. A motive in the shooting is still unclear.
Members of the Texas House of Representatives are gearing up for a long, heated debate tomorrow. They're set to vote on Senate Bill 4, which would ban so-called sanctuary cities. KVUE political reporter Ashley Godot is live from our Capitol Bureau tonight. Ashley, some college students made their final push against the bill today.
Yeah, Terry, those students say they hope the representatives will see the impact SB 4 could have on families. With petitions in tow, students went door to door to each representative's office this afternoon, dropping off letters and this special report filled with headlines they say could become reality if Texas passes the bill, like a drop in the economy or decrease in reports of violent crime. Senate Bill 4 will require all law enforcement honor ICE detainers, which are voluntary requests to hold someone while their immigration status is investigated. Under the House version of the bill, only people who are arrested can be asked about their status. Supporters say the bill is about enforcing the rule of law and ensuring jails across the state all follow the same rules. But Carla Perez, an undocumented law student who was passing out the newsletters today, says many feel the bill has other motives.
The same people who continue to vilify the immigrant community, and so we know that this goes above and beyond what the rule of law is. If we're talking about the rule of law, then I think legislators should be very concerned about, in particular, the issue with the detainers. I know that there has been litigation there.
Now, Perez says that's because counties have been sued for unlawfully holding U.S. citizens mistakenly identified by ICE as someone who is in the country undocumented. On the floor tomorrow, the debate on SB 4 is expected to take a while. Insiders say House Democrats have more than 100 amendments ready to be filed. Now, anti-SB 4 rallies are planned for both in the morning and the evening. Of course, we will keep you updated on what happens. Live at the Capitol, Ashley Godot, KVUE News.
Thanks, Ashley. Today, as lawmakers continue to consider legislation such as the so-called bathroom bill, students from 5 colleges across the state made their voices heard.
Texas lawmakers are pushing forward, like I said, 25 bills that would legalize the discrimination of LGBTQ Texans.
The Students Against Hate rallies were held at the University of Texas, University of Houston, UT San Antonio, UT Rio Grande Valley, and Texas State University. Students say the bills would not only put LGBTQ Texans in harm's way, but also put the state at risk of a nearly $3 billion economic loss.
Right now, even though we can legally get married, there's still a lot of hoops to jump through, and we still don't have the same benefits as straight couples.
Soderlund says while she hopes these rallies help raise awareness, there is still a lot of work to do for the LGBTQ community.